Hope everybody's Monday is going well. Hope y'all are doing well. My Monday is okay. I was thinking to myself that whatever competition or whatever is going on that has a live feed down would possibly be done by now, and I could chop it up with y'all about that. But apparently it's not. I haven't checked, but all the places that I check, uh, that seem to be pretty credible sources have not really said that the feeds are up. If they are, correct me. But if not, I'm not here to talk about Big Brother. Hi, Chocolate, and hi, Ma, because I actually, sorry about that. Yeah, I don't have anything new or different to add or contribute to the conversation. I think there's only one or two topics to discuss as of now. Done that to death. And the only way I would have had something new to discuss is if the feeds had come back and somebody was not back due to the competition. The only one thing that I will say, because I do have one thing to say, I think that it's BS that the Rachel elimination did not have an HOH, a blockbuster, votes, a veto, anything like that. It was just pretty much complete this thing or go to the jury house. And then this new competition or this new thing is still going to be an HOH competition where somebody is going to be HOH and there's going to be a power of veto and people are going to vote that person out. So if we go through the whole season, which I think that getting that one more person out would put us on track to actually uh, have the desired amount of people, right? Because we're five. And then this random elimination would put us at four. And then the eviction, the regular eviction on Thursday, would put us at three. So that would mean that Rachel is the only one the only one in Big Brother history, aside from somebody who has just violated the code of conduct or whatever they have to sign, that actually got put out based on simply just not winning a competition and did not have their due process, which I think would anger the fandom even more and myself. So that's one thing I have to say about that. Secondly, I wonder how they would make a competition take place before Thursday that could eliminate somebody from the game. Because if they already have a current HOH and they already have a current POV winner, would it be that Vince and Morgan wouldn't be a part of this competition? Or would it be something where it's a complete shakeup where everybody, including the HOH and including the POV holder, go into this competition and they do like a quick, HOH like what they do on the regular double eviction days, the second eviction, and they do something like that. But then it's also like if it was opened up to everybody, then what happens if uh, the HOH or the veto holder doesn't win, and then somebody else out of the other three wins? Can they now put those people on the block? Like, none of this makes any sense to me. It's kind of weird. Um, it's just weird when I'm thinking about the possibilities. I guess questions will be answered shortly, but it's funny that I tend to feel like they're figuring things out on the fly because there's a specific reason I'm saying this. Sharon Tharp. I'm not saying that this is my go-to person for information, right? Because there's actually several other places that I look that are more on the fan side of things. But when I want a piece of official information, like when I was trying to find out about Luke's eviction, or when I was trying to find out certain information, like when the feeds get cut off for 2, 3 days. Sharon is an insider, so that's one of the pages that I check that doesn't usually say things until she knows pretty well that her information is correct. And she's put out a couple of things over the past couple of weeks that have not been correct. Like, for instance, she said on her page on her Twitter yesterday, just looking at these squirrels, if y'all are wondering, these squirrels running up these wires. You probably can't even really see that on the camera. But anyways, uh, basically she said that HOH comp is going to take place on midnight, like midnight of last night, which would probably have been 3 o'clock in the morning, because everything that says midnight is always Pacific time. And it didn't take place. And then it seems like people were saying that the feeds went off about noon today, about noon Eastern. I mean, about noon. Let's see, noon Pacific time today. So, and then I wondered to myself, was this next competition always supposed to be an HOH comp? And if so, did you really make your month of mayhem basically just that one person was going to go? And then also, why are you calling it a month of mayhem when there was nothing else? There's no other mayhem that has taken place aside from Rachel's elimination. There's nothing else that was mayhem as far as I know. So that's really all I got to say about that. What was I originally going to talk about? This is going to be a short live. So let me choose my words carefully with this one. Those who have memberships on my page know the specifics of an incident that took place for me last week, I want to say. Yeah, I remember the day. It took place last week, and I reported the incident. Hi, FM. I reported the incident, and I was told today that it was resolved. Uh, the resolution may have left something to be desired. However, I do understand that when people come down on punishments, when it comes to a company giving out a punishment, they also look at what is documented historically. So somebody could have done a lot of things, but if a lot of people decided to let it go and there was no documentation or a small amount of paper trail to almost none showing history of this, then it's as if there is no history. So a first time offender of certain things is going to get the lighter end of the scale. They did do something. I was told by some people that it was not worth my time and that they were going to do nothing. They did do something. There's something documented on paper that had to be signed and agreed to. So I guess it's not worst case scenario, but it did leave a little something to be desired. But at the very least, I'm proud of myself for standing on my own too. Quite honestly, facing some ridicule, because I faced some ridicule for reporting it for a couple of reasons. Because that person has been known to be a little less than stable. And number two, the people are like, the things that that person said to you, are you really taking them that seriously that you had to go and talk to the powers that be about those things? And it was like, you couldn't handle that on your own. I'll tell you something historically with me and Jobs. In my early days of work, when I was in my early 20s and late teens and early 20s, I was a hothead. So I would handle every scenario on my own. And that used to get me in trouble. So in my, I don't know, later days, I will not call myself middle aged. Somebody called me middle aged the other day. It's probably Ma. And I'm like, middle age is 50, ma'am. And I have a while to go before I get there. Do not put that on me. Just like these Gen Z people that are like, you're 40, bro. And they've been saying that for the last 3 years. No, it is not 2027. So therefore, I'm not 40. But, anyways, in those younger days, I would actually respond by myself and resolve things by myself. And my responses and the way that I resolve things would get me in trouble. So now I go through the appropriate channels. A side effect is I have to be sometimes a little bit unhappy with the results because they aren't as strong as what I hoped they would be. And cursing somebody out is more fun. But for their age, cursing somebody out is more fun than documenting something and having them get a write up. But that's the best way to go. The best way to go is not to put yourself in positions where you try to solve things on your own. Uh, don't let it be an ego thing where somebody challenges you like, that ain't a big deal. You should be able to take care of that on your own. Let me tell you something. And I hate to go there with this, but it is the truth. Um, I'm a black man in the United States of America, and everything that I do is therefore perceived in a certain way. Whereas the thing, as an example, the thing that that person did and said to me, and the aggressive tone in which they did it and said it, had I actually done the exact same thing and said it in the exact same way and the exact same tone, quite frankly, if I still had a job at all, I'd be home right now without pay. First offense and all. First offense and all. And this is not just my opinion. I asked around. I asked people at the company. I asked people outside of the company. They all agreed with me unanimously. Unanimously. I mean, I'm not going to say they all. I will say the people, okay, running man, bye. The people who, I'll just say the people of color who I asked this to, um, unanimously thought that I would be punished significantly more uh, if I had been in the same scenario and acted the same way and said the same things to the other party. So, Mark of his hypothesis and Big Brother. Thank you, Jay. Running Man won't be able to comment anymore, but that's good information for anyone else who can. I do have to hop off. Ooh, Cass is the new L word. Cass is the new L word. All right. Like, comment, and subscribe. Oh, well, I'll tell you on Discord why I use that specific phrase. Uh, like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell to get notified when I drop some more great content. Thank you.